Napoleon Bonaparte was born on August 15, 1769, on the island of Corsica just months after it was annexed by France. He wasn't born into nobility, but came from a modest Italian Corsican family trying to gain favour in a rapidly changing world. From a young age, Napoleon was intelligent, quiet, and obsessed with books, especially those about history and warfare. He was sent to mainland France for military education. There, he faced mockery for his Corsican accent and foreign manners, but this only sharpened his determination. He stood out not because of wealth or status, but because of raw talent. And even as a teenager, he had one clear goal: to rise. The French Revolution shattered the old order, creating a power vacuum in both politics and the military. At just 24, Napoleon took command of the French army in Italy. He crushed his enemies with bold, unexpected tactics. He wasn't just a strategist, he was a master of image. He wrote his own dispatches to glorify his role. Even in Egypt, where he suffered military defeat, he won the hearts of the French people by bringing scientists and discovering the Rosetta Stone. To the world, Napoleon became more than a general, he became a symbol of hope and power. In 1799, Napoleon seized control through a peaceful coup and declared himself first consul. But everyone knew it was only the beginning. In 1804, he crowned himself Emperor of the French. Not the Pope, not tradition, Napoleon placed the crown on his own head. It was a message to the world. He ruled by his own authority. He introduced the Napoleonic Code, a revolutionary legal framework still influencing many countries today. On the battlefield, he was nearly unbeatable. The map of Europe was redrawn under his command. But as his ambition grew, so did the resistance. In 1812, Napoleon made his greatest mistake, invading Russia. With over 600,000 men, it was the largest army Europe had ever seen. But the Russians refused to engage, burning their own towns and retreating deeper into the cold. Winter struck hard. With no supplies and constant attacks, Napoleon's grand army was decimated. Fewer than 10% returned. Europe rallied, Napoleon was defeated and exiled to Elba, but even in exile, he wasn't finished. He escaped, returned to France, and reclaimed power for 100 days. Then came Waterloo and the final fall. After his final defeat at Waterloo in 1815, Napoleon was captured and sent far from Europe to the remote island of St. Helena in the South Atlantic. There, under British watch, he lived out his last years in isolation. He wrote memoirs, reflected on his past, and died on May 5, 1821. But Napoleon's legacy never died. He redefined Europe. He introduced laws, meritocracy, and centralized administration. He inspired both revolutions and dictators. He was a military genius, a political innovator, a man who rose from obscurity to reshape history. For better or worse, Napoleon changed the world.